Do you have unfinished song lyrics? This video will show you how to take them all the way to completed lyrics. Writing song lyrics can be a difficult task for many reasons. For one, lyrics are often expected to be clever, catchy, and memorable, which can be a high bar to meet. Additionally, lyrics are typically meant to be paired with music, which can add another layer of complexity to the writing process. It can be difficult to find the right words to fit the melody and rhythm of a song and to convey the desired emotions and ideas. Furthermore, writing lyrics that are relatable and resonate with a wide audience can be challenging. Overall, writing song lyrics requires a combination of creativity, talent, and hard work. Lyric writing also raises the question of what's more important, spontaneity or craft. Songwriters have varying views on the importance of spontaneity versus craft when it comes to writing lyrics. Some songwriters believe that the best lyrics are those that are written spontaneously, without too much thought or planning. These songwriters may prioritise capturing their emotions and ideas in the moment, and believe that overthinking can stifle creativity and authenticity. However, others believe that writing lyrics is a craft that requires careful planning and attention to detail. These songwriters may spend a lot of time refining their lyrics, trying out different words and phrases to find the perfect combination. Both approaches can lead to successful lyrics, and the right approach may depend on the individual songwriter's style and preferences. In this video, I'll give you some ideas about crafting a song from an initial theme or title. If you want to learn more about these or gain some inspiration for them, then check out our videos in the description. After watching all of this video, you should be able to take an initial lyric idea all the way to completion. Let's begin. The easiest starting place for a song lyric is with a lyric sketch. A song lyric sketch is a rough draft of a song's lyrics. It is typically a brainstorming tool used by songwriters to capture their ideas and emotions quickly and spontaneously. A song lyric sketch may include incomplete phrases, unfinished thoughts, and even scribbles or doodles. The goal of a song lyric sketch is to capture the essence of the songwriter's ideas, rather than to produce polished, finished lyrics. A song lyric sketch can serve as a starting point for further refinement and editing, or it can be developed into a completed song. Songwriters may use lyric sketches to experiment with different ideas and approaches, and to help them get their creative juices flowing. When writing a sketch, it is important to just keep writing without doubting yourself or your ideas. Don't reject the first line that comes to you, and don't reject ideas or phrases as not good enough until you have at least a page of material. Even if you think something is rubbish, write it down. You might need a couple of pages before anything good emerges. It is also important not to try and set a rhyme pattern early on. But if rhymes appear naturally, leave them in. Don't let the search for a rhyme hold up the flow of thoughts and ideas. Writing a song lyric sketch is like panning for gold. You need to be patient and persistent. It can also be helpful to silence the perfectionist within and to let your ideas go off in any directions they are taken. You may end up with 2 or 3 sets of lyrics, which you can look at later. If you have music available, you can use it to keep the creative flow going. Try to get into a trance or spell-like state where the unconscious mind is working away and you lose awareness of time. Keep writing until you are tired, your attention breaks, or you run out of ideas. Once you've got a reasonable attempt at a lyric sketch, it's time to take a first look. It can be helpful to take a break and then come back to the lyrics to see what you have. This can give you fresh eyes and help you notice lines that stand out. Pay attention to lines that stand alone and those that connect to other lines. Connected lines can make up a verse, so consider how long your verse would be if you use those lines. Look for patterns of phrasing or potential patterns, as these could determine the structure of the lyric. For example, a list is a common pattern in song lyrics. Some single lines will suggest ways in which they can be delivered, so consider how you would perform the lyric. As you review your lyric sketch, think about the theme, story, or mood that is emerging. If you see more than one, choose the one that is the most interesting or that you have the most lines for. This could be useful for a bridge in the song. Scan the sketch for a memorable phrase or image that could be the song title and shape the chorus. This phrase should sum up what the song is about. Finally, think about where the song will start and where it will end. This includes looking for a memorable first line. Consider whether the lyric will have rhyme, and if so, what kind. It can be a good idea to bring rhyme in as early as possible if you're going to use it. Now you should have a rough idea of the core of your lyric, with a few lines that stand out. If you've gone on to have a more developed song already, that's great. Sometimes these things come along very quickly. If on the other hand you have struggled so far, you can either take a break and try one of the earlier techniques again, or continue on to the next process, which is the first draft. Rewriting a song lyrics sketch is an important step in the process of creating a finished song. After you have captured your initial ideas and emotions in a sketch, you can begin to shape, clarify, improve, and polish the lyrics. The first draft is when you begin to take the rough material from the sketch and lay out a structure that will carry the lyric through the remaining drafts. The sketch is often driven by inspiration rather than by selective editing of something that is already in front of you. With the first draft, you continue to draw on the inspiration of the sketch, but go on to shape, select, rephrase, supplement, and eliminate. This process is also creative and should be conducted in as inspired a frame of mind as possible so that new ideas can continue to flow in. It is often best to do the first draft as soon as possible after the sketch so that you stay in touch with the initial inspiration. You can then do as many drafts in one sitting as are necessary to get the basic shape and content of the lyric. Precise corrections and polishing can wait because the fundamental structure of the lyric is now in place. At this stage, it is important for you to reserve judgment about your sketch. You should not be too critical of your initial ideas and should not agonize over individual words. Instead, you should focus on the overall sequence, imagery, and basic theme of the lyric. The demands of your critical faculties should increase only with later drafts. More importantly, you should try to find the central energy of the lyric. This is the point that people must be able to identify with, and it is often located in the chorus, a repeated refrain if the song doesn't have a chorus, the first line, or the title. For example, think of the Beatles' All You Need Is Love, or Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run. In both cases, you instantly know where the central energy is expressed. If you cannot find anything from your sketch that is coherent, you should not worry. You can put the sketch aside and either write another sketch or do something else musically. You can always come back to the unused sketch later and start a draft or use parts of it for inspiration in another song. Hopefully you've now got some sort of first draft. Congratulations on getting this far. Many songwriters give up before now. You may be in the position of having a finished lyric now. If you feel your lyrics need some more work, then you can move on to further drafts. Continuing to draft a song lyric for as long as it takes to get a coherent lyric is an important step in the writing process. If your initial sketch and draft provide a lot of material, you may need to make some drastic cuts to get the lyric to the right length and focus. After 2 or 3 drafts, you may find that you only need to reconsider the odd word here and there. If you already have music for this lyric, you may want to check each draft against the music to see if the words fit or are singable. When a draft is nearly finished, it is a good idea to type it on a word processor. At this late stage, strive for objectivity. Seeing your words in cold type on the screen or printed out, and no longer in your own handwriting, can help to depersonalise them. This can be an aid to seeing the effectiveness of the lyric and whether any parts need changing. Finally, a cooling off period is often advised. Come back to the lyric after a few days and see how it looks. You may find that you can fix a problem then that you couldn't have solved earlier. It may also be that if you go on to compose the music for this lyric, the music will dictate changes. Not all songs can be composed and written in a short space of time. After some time, you can come back to your lyric and see if it needs a final polish. Writing song lyrics can be a challenging and rewarding process. It often involves a combination of creativity, hard work, and artistic judgment. Even what may seem like pure inspiration can often be the result of hard work and careful planning. As a songwriter, you may choose to take greater trouble to improve your lyrics, even at a late stage in the process. However, not everyone may view lyrics as an important part of a song. Some may believe that audiences don't pay attention to lyrics, or that they don't matter as much as other aspects of a song. In this case, your artistic ambition may go beyond what is pragmatically necessary. It is up to you to decide how much effort you want to put into your lyrics. Another important aspect of writing lyrics is knowing when to stop. It is possible to over-refine your lyrics, and in doing so, to lose the freshness and spontaneity of your earlier drafts. This is where artistic judgment comes into play. As a songwriter, you need to be able to see when an idea is not worth pursuing and to know when to move on. This skill takes experience and practice to develop. Songwriters have different views on the question of spontaneity versus craft when it comes to writing lyrics. Some may believe that the best lyrics are those that are written spontaneously, without too much thought or planning. Others may believe that writing lyrics is a craft that requires careful planning and attention to detail. Ultimately, the right approach may depend on your individual style and preferences. You can't force creativity, and you need to find what works best for you. You've got your lyrics, now write a melody to go with them by watching the playlist on screen.